welcome back to Oklahoma Speed and Custom YouTube channel. Today we're gonna move the shop around. I got Craig's frame pretty much done. I got some stuff on the bottom I gotta weld, but it's under that chassis brace, right? The chassis table brace, so it's hard to weld. So I'm gonna pick it up and we're gonna put it over there for a while, and I'm gonna weld the bottom out, and then I'm gonna start finish everything out. I want all the welds to look like this on the sides, so I'll have to go down and grind and metal finish, and there's a few spots I'll probably have to tack just because if the weld's a little low, you know, where I welded it together. But I got the rear boxing plates in and all ready to go. There's some spots back here I got to add in because the cross member I got, the drop cross member, isn't exactly the same height as the frame, so I'll have to add a little piece underneath it. But this is as far as I can get it with it being on the chassis table. So I'm gonna get this thing squared away. Also, I need to go ahead and get this thing kind of taken apart and getting all the parts stored. I need to work on cleaning a spot out in the office for the extra parts because I need to do this frame as well. We're gonna do kind of the same thing. Just put it over there on the jig, get it all, make sure it's straight. I'll have to cut the 4-bar off, which I'll show you when we get closer. And that one is actually getting Arden flatheads, so that's going to be pretty cool to, you know, work on. It's just going to be neat to see one. They're not very what's the word for it? They're not very not a lot of them made. It's not an original one, but still there's not very many. So that'd be kind of cool to have a 3-window with the Arden sitting in here that I get to work on. That'd be awesome. So kind of one of them deals. But I think on this one I'm gonna have to, I'll use some of that front end. He brought some front end parts, but I'm pretty sure they aren't 39 to 48 Ford spindles. They look weird. Usually if they're 39 to 48, they look like that, round backs. So those are something else. So he brought those, but I don't think they're gonna work. Also, if you notice, the dragster's gone. It's not that I'm not going to do the dragster. I'm going to, but right now I got to get Craig's done. So as soon as Craig's done, I could see maybe getting it back in here, maybe possibly building a new chassis for it. So we'll talk more on that when we get a little closer. Dang, gave it a bath.
Dirty. People think I just drop stuff on my channel for fun.
No, I really do drop.
No, that's real.
Got it all cleaned up. Anybody say anything about that concrete mix on the side? Did it find anything to get it off?
There's stuff in here I ain't tried it yet. I think I have 30 minutes for it to
release. Oh yeah.
Super concrete dissolver.
Huh.
It started to work. I sprayed it on the area and let it sit.
Yeah.
Like back in some of this stuff and was able to chip it. I just need to have time where I can do soap in it.
Dang it. Huh. Gotta mix them up.
Take me back to my bartending days. Gotta be $12.50, babe. A little lacquer thinner and it really gets you a bump.
So this is bolted in. What are you gonna do now? Just go straight. What's your price? I'll lay it down on that side. I'm gonna flip it upside down.
She's officially flipped.
Yeah.
Oh!
Dang.
That'll get you.
Thanks for the help, buddy.
No problem. No problemo. Has in the right place at the right time.
Yeah. Now I just gotta do a lot of grinding.
Now all that's left to do is everything.
Yeah.
Did this one start off as a frame? Or was it frame rails?
It was just the frame rails. I cut both cross members out of it. The only cross member stayed in it was this one.
There you go. Hot rod chassis stuff.
Yeah. Special delivery.
Got the drag car loaded up here.
One tire fire. Still cold. So I've been kind of chipping away at this thing. I got a lot of the welds ground right there, which is kind of where it's, you know, ready to just DA sand. My main spots I was talking about, or I couldn't get to, is here. That big frame for that, or that big chassis brace for the chassis table is right here. So I couldn't get in here and weld this. So I'm just taking my time right now and just going back and forth. I'll weld a little bit, let it cool, weld a little bit, let it cool, just so it doesn't warp anymore. After that's done, I need to come back here. This is that spot I was talking about. There's probably a 1/4 inch gap underneath this cross member. So I'm just gonna get a piece of metal that's the same width as that, so put it in there, and I'll weld it all around. Probably drill a hole through this all the way to this and weld it all up, just so it's super sturdy. I'll have to do that on both sides on that one. Then I need to go down this whole frame rail and just metal finish all that and clean this up because it was kind of a pain to get to as well. I'll probably just cut it off and weld it full. Just take my time, so it doesn't warp it. And then I need to weld these out. And I have a spacer somewhere. I have to find that. But I'll put the spacer in there and weld these out next after I get this spot done. And then we'll probably move to the pieces back there. Just want to say a big thank you to Jacob for Puddin's Fab Shop for helping me on the Firebird. This thing's looking fine out here. Pretty cool how far that car's come in a short amount of time. That dude has definitely helped me out big time on that, and honestly a lot of other things. I can't thank Jacob enough for just being my friend. It's pretty awesome. But anyway, let's get going on this thing. Perfect. Now let's see if I can find the spacer and we'll weld those out. Okay, so we got these welded out. I can go ahead and take the brace off now. All ready to go. This thing fits snug in there, so that's why I used it. Super snug. You put those in there so it keeps the space for the bushings. That's why, if you welded it, these would kind of get all wonky, so that's why I put that in there. Next up, instead of doing those back brackets, or the back little spacer pieces, I'm gonna go ahead and just weld these wishbone mounts out real quick. Then most of the welding should be done for now until I get those little brackets made. So I'm gonna go ahead and buzz these out real quick. We got these all welded on. It turned out pretty good. Around the rig it was kind of a pain, but we got it. Next thing I'm gonna, now that we got those welded, go ahead and get these fitting. I just took a piece of, I think this is 1/4 inch, and you can see I'm kind of just filling the gap, because without it, it would just be open right there, nothing for the cross member to rest on. I know it's welded up here, but you never, it's just stress, you know what I'm saying? I'd just rather have it to have something to sit on versus just being open down there. So I'll go ahead and get this one tacked and cleaned up, and then we'll full weld the bottom one, and it should be good. Let it cool off, and I'll come by, grind it off, and then we'll weld it to the actual cross member right there. Should be good to go. Probably go ahead and fill these too. So, might do that real quick, and then need to start grinding on that boxing plate on the front. So get this thing going. You can tell that's what it looks like after, just a lot cleaner. Instead of having a gap, it's all nice and it's supported there instead of just being open. So keep chipping away at it. Getting closer. I got some stuff I got up here. I gotta TIG weld this up. I forgot that, and I need to go ahead and get in these pockets and wire wheel real good. I've got this all ground down already, so I'll go ahead and get that cleaned up, and then I need to weld that real quick, and then we'll go ahead and spray all this with that primer I got, the acid etch primer. That way when I'm touching it and underneath the car, it doesn't rust. I could put the adhesion promoter on it, but we're so close to painting the frame, I don't want to risk it like reacting or something weird. So I'll go ahead and just spray with primer. But get this thing welded. Okay. On the swim, baby. All out of primer. We got most of it though. Now just gotta clean up the mess. Hoping I can get everything moved and go ahead and move this deck car over here so I can get that one in position for tomorrow. I got some guys coming tomorrow to help me move Craig's body onto his chassis on over there, because I gotta put the frame that's underneath that 3 window on the frame table. It's confusing, but you'll see. Trust the process. Well, I was gonna move it, but ran out of time. It's 6:30, so I better get home. Super excited this thing is here again. It's crazy seeing it, how far it's come. It's nuts. But hopefully I'll do some content on it here soon. I got some cooling issues to figure out, wiring issues to figure out. Probably gonna put an electric fan on it just to fix the issue of the overheating. So get that fixed. We got some different lug nuts for the wheels, so that should fix the wobbly wheel problem that it has. But anyway, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. Until next time, see ya.
That'll be $12.50, babe.